All right. Javid, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, thank you. Did you go to school today?
No,
No. You didn't want to go to school, or it's not your school day today?
no, it is not my school day.
So when will you go to school? Tomorrow?
No,
Or Saturday? You don't study, right?
on Tuesday and Thursday.
I see. Good. Okay. All right. Javid, if you're here, if you're ready, are you tired or fresh? How do you feel now?
Fresh.
Good. Uh, Javid, do you ever practice these questions? Do you have time, or you're so busy with your school classes, school homework?
I tried to do, but I could not.
Okay. But when I explain here, do you understand everything?
Yes.
Okay, good. So then we will continue. As you remember, we were solving this 2013 secondary three questions, and step by step, if we just actually solve maybe 2, 3 papers, after that we go much faster. And last time we just stopped here. Let's discuss this question, and we will move to another question now.
Hello.
Hi, Arad. Okay, Arad, we have just started. Okay.
Teacher, this question I tried, like I introduced one variable as x, I got simultaneous equation. I got like 3 unknown but 2 equations. I'm working on the third one.
Um, okay, now
If
after,
I'm
as
on
I
the
told
third
you,
one, it will.
after the class, actually, I got the solution, but after that, I was a bit, I thought maybe should I share the solution or shall we discuss it in the class? That's why actually I just left it today. Okay. So Arad, before we actually move to this question, okay, I just want to talk about two things, and after that we will discuss this question. All right. The first thing is I'm going to prove one thing here. Okay, the thing is, if this side is A, okay, this side is B, all right, if I just actually draw a parallel line, okay, that's also midpoint, also this equals this equals this, and let's say this side is X, okay, so that X is equal to A plus B over 2. Number one,
Teacher,
I'm going
we
to
did
prove
this
this.
one.
Why is it so? Huh?
Like last time I said this one and the provement in our school we learned for the proof.
Yeah, now we are going to prove this quickly, okay? And after that, we will use this, number one. Number two is, and since in the question it's given that this BEC, right, BEC, it is right angle triangle. And if this one is, actually we call this median, right? So if this one is median because it is bisecting this BC, that's why it's called median. If this side is equal to this side, and also actually it should be equal to this size, okay? So I'm going to prove these two things. So first, let's prove this, the triangle one. Why? The first one is, let me draw a line here. Okay, the first one is, let me just start, that's the triangle one. Okay, if you're given a trapezoid or trapezium, isosceles trapezium, y a plus b over 2 is equal to x. It's just about similarity, similar triangles. If I just draw one isosceles triangle, suppose that's okay, and let me just draw another parallel line, okay, to this side, okay, and since it is isosceles, that means that A, B, C, and we know that here A, B is equal to AC. So that means that this side should be equal to this side. And also this, let's say this ABC, D, E, D, B should be equal to, not actually, it should be equal to EC because isosceles. Anyway, again, let me just choose midpoint here, draw another parallel line here. Okay, this is also parallel. And suppose that I know this side, it is A, and this one is B. And I'm going to find this X, okay? And also this equals this, and this equals this, okay? Suppose that from A to D, anything, whatever it is, let me just take it as 1 unit. And also this will be 1 unit. Okay. And how about from D to B is a midpoint. Suppose that this one is, what is it? Let's say, what is left here? C. So this is C. Also, this should be C. And also this is C. And also this should be C, the length, right? Okay. So now from here, as you see, the triangle ADE, right? ADE, triangle ADE is similar to ADE is similar to what do you call this one? ABCDE. Let me just name this as F, and this one is G, right? It is similar to AFG, and also it is similar to the biggest triangle ABC. They are similar. Why? Because corresponding angles are the same, and this angle is a common angle. This angle equals this angle equals this angle, right? And also these angles, they are equal to each other. Okay. So now from here, just using the small triangle ADE, right? And that means that here A, right, over corresponding sides, and this one is X, is equal to one corresponding side. It is 1. So 1 over the biggest side is, it is C plus 1. Okay. Number one equation, the first equation. And how about if I take AFG, right? AFG is similar to ABC. Using this one, AFG, this is X, right? And corresponding side is B, X over B is equal to, here, the corresponding side is C plus 1 over, for the big side, right? One side is, what is it? 2C plus 1. Okay, I'm just using this similarity. Do you have any question until here? Just we are going to solve this one for X. Then you will see that X will be equal to A plus B over 2. Okay. How can I do? How can I get this? Just I need to find C and equate these things, and we will get the relationship between A, B, and X. Okay. To do this one, now from the first one, X over A is equal to C plus 1. So C is equal to X over A minus 1. Okay. Now, how about the second equation? If I just make C the subject of the formula, I can just get what's here. We have cross multiply 2CX plus X is equal to BC plus B. Take BC to the left-hand side. 2CX minus BC is equal to B minus X. So C is a common factor. C is equal to B minus X. Divide both sides by 2X minus B, right? So now C equals this X over A minus 1. C equals this B minus X over 2X minus B, right? So if you just equate them, then here we have X over A minus 1 should be equal to B minus X over 2X minus B. And if you just solve this for X, so what we have here, X minus 1 over A is equal to B minus X over 2X minus B. Cross multiply X times 2X squared. X times
Teacher,
B, it is minus BX, right? And the X times 2X, X times minus B, minus 1 times 2X, minus 2X, minus 1 times minus B, plus B. On the right hand side, A times B, AB minus AX, right? So,
teacher, can I?
yes,
1 second. Like in x minus y over a, it has to be x minus a over a.
where?
1 second, and it.
Here, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, okay, good. So, and then,
And then so the right will change.
thank you. X times 2X, 2X squared. X times B minus BX minus A times 2X minus 2AX minus A times minus B plus AB. On the right hand side, A times B, AB minus AX, right? So this AB, they cancel each other. On the left hand side, X is a common factor. On the right hand side, X is a common factor. If you just divide by X, so here we have 2X minus B minus 2A. On the right hand side, here we have minus A. And take 2A to the minus B minus 2A to the right hand side. 2X equals 2A plus B minus A. So what is X? X equals A plus B over 2. So what is the conclusion then? If you are given any isosceles trapezium, right? And if this side is A, this side is B, and if you just join their midpoints, actually this equals this equals this, right? If you just join this, the length of this one will be always A plus B over 2. Okay, we actually proved this one. Now the second thing is, okay, the second information we need is that right angle triangle. I need one more place here. Okay, next one is right angle triangle. What is the second thing here? Are we okay? So we are saying that if we are given any right angle triangle, and let's say this one is A, this one is B, and this one is C. And if you just join the midpoint of BC, let's say it's a midpoint, this equals this. And if you just join with B, okay, if this way, let's say this is X, and also it must be X. All right. Why is it so? Because if we draw a circle, all right, and let's say that is a diameter, right? And we know that any angle subtended by the diameter, actually it is 90 degrees. Right? It's a diameter. This is R. This is also R. And also this angle is always 90 degrees if it is subtended by the diameter. Right? Why? Because this angle is 180 degrees. Half of 180 is 90 degrees. That's why. Now, again, from here, I can draw any triangle actually of any size, but just changing their side, right? So now if I just join this, right, to the center here, and also it's also radius, also it must be R because the distance between the point on the circumference and the center of the circle, and also it is R. That means that this line segment is equal to this, is equal to this. Okay, so we just need this information to solve that question. Now, if we move to our question, then uh, actually in the question is isosceles triangle. I mean the trapezium. Okay, E is the midpoint, and the AE is equal to 1. That means that this is 1. Also, this is 1. And now, if I just label the midpoint of BC and join with this line segment, right? And also this will be 1. This will be 1. And since it is right angle triangle, and this X should be equal to 1. And using that formula, actually, what is X? X is equal to A plus B over 2, and that is equal to 1. Now from here, what is A plus B? A plus B is equal to 2, the first step. The question is, we need to find the perimeter of the trapezium, right? Perimeter is AB plus BC plus CD plus AD, which is equal to, we know that AB plus DC, right, or CD is equal to 2. And BC plus AD, they are equal. So that's equal to 2. And how about these two things? It's just 2 times 2, which is equal to 6. So the answer is 6 centimeters. Okay, Javed, Eldar, Narmin, who? Arat, any questions? Yes,
Can
Arat.
you show the provement for x equals 1?
Huh?
Provement for x equals 1.
Oh, we have just proved here, Arat. It's a right angle, right? So if you just join the midpoint, if this one is R, it is R, also this must be R. If this one is, let's say this 1, and this is 1, also it should be 1, right? So
Ah,
now,
is when in a right triangle, everything which cut it like in half, the hypotenuse in half is when that's equal.
yes. So now here in this question, this BEC is a right angle triangle, right? And BC is a hypotenuse, right? So actually this one, let's say A, B, C, D, E, let's say this point is F. F is the midpoint of BC. That means that EF is the median of this triangle, right, to BC. It's just bisecting the BC. That's why it's called median. So that means that if it is 1 and this is 1, and also this actually EF must be 1.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Narmin, Eldar, Arat, Javit, I mean, not Arat. Guys, do you have any questions about this? And sometimes I'll see here, if you cannot see this in geometry especially, we cannot solve this. And for a long time, I didn't practice geometry questions, but now we learn two things about a right angle triangle. If you draw a median, and that median is equal to the half of the hypotenuse, right? Number one. Number two is about the isosceles trapezoids. All right. Then we have already done this. What is it? It is palindrome numbers. And how about this question? The vertices of triangle ABC are 9, 0, 0, 6, and 0, 0. Okay, so immediately we can draw this. So we are talking about kind of triangle here. Okay, so 0, 9, 0, 9, 9, 0 is somewhere here. Let's say this one is A, 9, 0. And the 0, 6, it is somewhere here. Let's say it is 6. That point is B, right? B, 0, 6. And 0, 0, and this is O, right? And if you just form this, we are talking about this right angle triangle. Okay. Points P and Q are on AB such that AP is equal to PQ is equal to QB. That means that we are just dividing into three equal line segments, right? So this one is AP, this one is P, and the PQ, this one is Q, and the QB. They are all equal. Okay. What is the question? Find the value of CP squared plus CQ squared. What? Okay, it's not O actually. This one is given as C. So the question is CP squared plus CQ squared. So CP squared plus CQ squared.
Mm, should we solve it or we should solve together?
Yeah, can you solve it? Just try 2 minutes,
Yes.
okay? And also I will on a piece of paper, maybe 2.5 minutes. After that, we will discuss if anybody gets the answer. Okay, everybody try this. Now this information, and let's see what we get.
Teacher, is the answer 13?
13?
Yes,
Maybe. Which question is it?
I think it was
23.
23.
65.
Yeah.
Any answer?
Teacher, but you showed the answer.
Yeah, I mean the solution. Could you get it? The important thing is not knowing the answer, right? You know how to get this. Okay, Arad, are you solving or
Is Q 90 degree?
we don't know? Narmin, do you have any answer or are you tired today?
I got 64, but I think it's wrong.
64.
Yeah.
How did you get it?
I think CQ it's 6 and CP it's 6. That's why the square of them and then I plus.
You mean the length of CQ is 6?
Yes, I think.
How do you know that?
Because AP equals to PQ and QB, they all equal the same, and I
But
don't
they are
know, from like
but
6 to 9, the line.
yeah, they are equal, but ABC is not an isosceles triangle. If it is an isosceles triangle, you would be right. But here it's not. That's why
Oh,
we cannot say anything. Guys, actually, let me just solve what actually came to my mind, all right, using coordinate geometry, okay? So I'm just going to use two things. Number one is distance formula, right? And we know how to find the distance between 2 points. That
Teacher, I
is
found solution.
x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. All right, let's just do this and we will discuss, okay, and compare the solution. And how about the midpoint? If you are given 2 points, again, let's say this is A and this one is B. Coordinates are x1 and y1, and this one is x2 and y2. How do you find the midpoint? Midpoint is x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2, the coordinates. Okay. Now, using just these ideas, suppose that the coordinates of P are A and B. Okay. So at the time, this Q is, right, the midpoint of BP, right? So then what are the coordinates of Q? Coordinates of Q will be, it is 0 plus A over 2, that is A over 2. And 6 plus b over 2, that is b plus 6 over 2, right? So at the same time, this p is the midpoint of a and q. So that means that since p is the midpoint of a and q, I can write this equation then. A is equal to 9 plus a over 2 over 2. And from here, if you solve this, 2a minus a over 2, that is 3 over 2a is equal to 9. Now from here, what is a? A equals 6. Using the same thing, how about b? B also midpoint, right? It is b plus 6, b plus 6 over 2 plus 0 over 2. Actually, I need to write. Oops. Okay. So from here, then take multiply both side by 2. 2b is equal to b plus 6 over 2. Now from here, 4b. 4b minus b is 3b. So b is equal to 2. So now I can write the coordinates of P and Q. What are the coordinates of P? It is A, B, that is 6 and 2. And how about the coordinates of Q? A over 2, that is 3. And B plus 6, 2 plus 6, it is 8. 8 over 2, that is 4, right? So what is it? The question is CP squared plus CQ squared. And what is CP squared? The distance from C to Q, right? That's just squared. So that is 0 plus 6. That is 6 squared plus 2 squared. And how about CQ squared? That is just 3 squared plus 4 squared, which is equal to 36 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16. That's equal to 40, 25, 65. So the answer is 65. Yes, Arad, I'm listening to you. Before I move to Arad, guys, do you have any question? Narmin, Eldar, Javed, did you understand? I just used two things
Yes.
here, the distance formula and the midpoint formula. Narmin, is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Yes, Eldar, I'm listening to you. What method did you use and how did you solve it?
Like this,
Similar or different?
the same way you did.
Exactly the same?
Almost.
I said that I want to do it.
How about Arad? How did you get it?
I did rise over run for slope. Slope here is rise is 6, run is 3, 2 over 3. Because here we divided by 3, so we should what is it? Like here we have 9 run and we have 6 rise. It means if we divide it by 2, divided by 3 because here is 3. We get 2 and 3. It means we will go 3 to
So,
the left, 2 to up. It
so
means
are you
A.
saying that Arad here, using the coordinates of Q, we calculate the gradient of this line, and also using the P,
No,
we
no, no.
calculate the gradient of the line, and they are equal. After that, you find the coordinates of P and Q. Did you find it in that way?
Yes, because we got 3 to left, it become 9 minus 3, which is 6. And then 2 up, which is 2. And the coordinates are the same.
Okay, good. All right. So let's move to the next question then. Uh, Find positive solutions of the following equation. Positive solutions. And what is it? It's an equation to the degree of 4. And using the formula solving this one is very complicated. The best methods of solving equations whose degree is higher than 2, right? It is 3, 4, 5, 6, is factorization method. So somehow we should try to factorize this, okay? And how do you factorize this? For example, just simply, we need to actually find at least one root of the solution, right? Then we can factorize it. Or x plus 1, x squared, it
Teacher,
is,
we can take x squared out of x to the power of 4 and x to the power of 3.
what?
We can take x to the power of 3. 1 second, I will show you. Animate. From this equation, we take x to the power of 3 out. It becomes x to the power of 3, bracket x plus 1. And here we have x plus 1 as well. So we group them, we get 1 plus x to the power of 3 times x plus 1. And then we factorize this one.
Yeah, how about this minus 10x squared?
What?
Wait, it says the equation, what is missing here? 0, right?
Yes.
Wait. Something is wrong here. 2013 secondary 3. It's not an equation, actually. 2013 S3 question 24. Just give me a minute. 2013. Is it 2013? S3 24. Okay. S3 24. Find the positive. Okay. 10x squared plus x plus 1 equals 0. Okay. Here 0 is missing here. Okay, now Arad, continue. Then just Arad, tell me, you are saying that if you group this x cubed and x plus 1, all right, and here you have x plus 1, x plus 1, and here we have minus 10x squared is equal to 0. What is next?
Now, because we have in both of them x plus 1, so we have x plus 1 times 1 plus x, I mean x to the power of 3 plus 1. And we don't do anything to that 10x squared yet. Then we factor out x to the power of 3 plus 1. It is 1 plus x, 1 minus...
Yeah, how about this one, Arad? How about this 10x squared?
What? No, then I will do first, because first I have to expand it, because I will get x squared at there.
Okay. So
Okay.
one way is, okay, find positive solutions of the following equations. But here just we need a group. Here we have 5 terms here, right? So can I just make it 6 terms so that we can find the common factor? So here x plus 1. Okay, here we have x plus 1. How can I just have x plus 1 as a common factor? Does it have a common factor or not? If it is 1,
No.
no. X squared, okay, minus 9 x squared. Okay. Okay. How about like this? X to the power of 4 plus x cubed minus 8x squared minus 2x squared plus x plus 1 is equal to 0, right? And now here, x squared is a common factor. So I can just write it as x squared plus x minus 8. And minus is a common factor. I mean, just take this minus out. 2x squared minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. And if I just continue here, and we know how to factorize this, this is 8, right? This is 8. Minus plus 4, no, it should be 2.
Teacher, it shouldn't have minus between them.
Yes. Okay, then we will just do another method then.
Actually, we could do 2x minus, we should do, is meant both of them should be equal to each other.
Right.
No, teacher, if we bring the negative that expression to the right, we will get equal. Then we will just cancel out till something is left.
Narmin, say something. What do you think? Why we cannot solve this question?
I'm thinking. I don't know yet the answer.
Because just we need to guess, we need to find only one answer. After that, by dividing this, we can find other roots. And here we have 1 doesn't work, -1 doesn't work. Just what we cannot see here. 10, it is, how about 12? If it is 12 minus 2x squared. How about 12? X to the power of 4 plus x cubed minus 12, cube minus 12x squared plus 2x squared plus x plus 1.
I think -11 is better.
Huh?
-11.
Yeah, because now 12, it is, I can write it as 4 times -3. -3 minus 1. Okay. Oi. You know, actually, in this kind of, in general, this kind of questions, how do you solve this? Okay. One way is, because it's the only option, I think. So the constant term here is 1. Okay. So this 1, in how different way I can write this? I can write it as 2 times 1 over 2, or 3 times 1 over 3, or 4 times 1 over 4. Okay. So one of this, actually this 2, or 1 over 2, or -2 minus 1 over 2, or 3, or 1 over 3. One of this must be the answer. So if I actually substitute here 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 and minus 8, it doesn't work, right? How about if x equals 2? If x equals 2, also it doesn't work. 2 to the power of 4, it is 16 plus 8 minus 4 times 10, it is 40. It's a big number. It doesn't work here. And how about 1 over 2? Oops. What happened? Okay. So how about 1 over 2? 1 over 16 plus 1 over 8. 1 over 16 plus 1 over 8 plus 10 over 4. That is -5 over 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1. Also, it doesn't work. How about if it is minus 1 over 2? 1 over 16 minus 1 over 8. Here we have -5 over 2 minus 1 over 2 plus 2. So this one is 2 minus 1, right? -1 over 16 and -5 over 2. And here we have plus 1 over 2. And the 16 minus 1 by 8 minus 40 by 16, it is 60. No, it's not working. Yeah, let's just do like this. Let me just skip for now. If you just keep doing this, taking time, and this kind of questions, guess and trial, that's a good method. If you just find one solution, and after that we can find other solutions. But here we cannot find any number. It's not working. So,
But I found one thing.
what is it?
Last time that we were doing, we were getting like x to the power of 3 out. Then, no, it doesn't work. Actually, this time we take x square out. So it become x squared plus x. No, it doesn't work.
Okay. All right, guys, let's just skip this for now. Now, if you just keep thinking on this, and usually the last 5 questions are a bit hard. It's one of them, I think. Trial and method, actually, the root, one of the roots must be actually one of the product of this number. But you need to just try. But if I just keep doing this, it takes time. So let's just continue and do this next time. Okay, let's give it a try when you have more time. And after that, we will discuss about this.
Teacher,
And that's
I
the
did
last
it
question. Huh?
Teacher, I did it in the calculator. It gave the solution.
What is it? One solution.
Firstly, it expanded x to the power of 3 to -3 and 4.
Now, what is the answers, the solution? Can you tell me the solution, one solution?
3 plus root of 5 over 2, 3 minus root of 5 over 2,
Okay.
root of 3 minus 2, minus 2 minus root of 3.
So they are not whole numbers.
No.
Okay. All right, let's think then. Okay, how to get this? Let me think about this question. And
Should I send it to WhatsApp because it has the solution as well?
yeah, okay, send it and we'll discuss later because I really want to think about this question in some different other way. How about the last question? A sequence of numbers a1, a2, a3 satisfies a1 equals 1 over 2 and a1 plus a2 plus an is equal to n squared times an. Find the value of a100s. I think with this similar question, I think also this must be a little bit hard question. I don't know, but just step by step, let's see what we have here. Now a1 is given, right? And here a1 is equal to this. How about a2? If you want to find a2, for example, let's say if n is equal to 1, right? And s1 is equal to just a1, that's equal to 1 over 2, the sum. And how about n is equal to 2, right? And oh, just we need to find a100, right? I don't have to write this one. So a1 is equal to 1 over 2. If n equals 2, at that time a1 plus a2 is equal to, on the right hand side, we have 2 squared times a2, right? So from here, 4 times a2, so 3 times a2 is equal to a1.
3.5.
So what is a2? a2 equals, a1 is 1 over 2, 1 over 2 times 3. Is that right?
Teacher, no, because when you add it, it has to be 4 times a2 is equal to 1 over, I mean,
No, this one is 4 times a2, right?
yes.
So take a2 to the right hand side, 4a2 minus 1a2, it is 3a2.
On that way, yes.
And divide both sides by 3, so a2 equals 1 over 2 times 3. Okay, so now how about if n is equal to 3? At the time here we have a1 plus a2 plus a3 is equal to, here we have 3 squared times a3. So now we know what is a1, a2. Let me just continue here. a1 equals 1 over 2 plus a2 is equal to 1 over 2 times 3 is equal to, take a2 to the right hand side, 8 times a3, right? So then a3 is equal to 1 over 8 times 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 times 3. I'm just trying to find a pattern. What, do we have any pattern
1
here?
over 12. 1 over 12.
1 over 12?
Yes, which is 3 times 4.
So that is 1 over 12, which is 1 over 3 times 4. When it is 3, 3 times 4. When it is 2, 2 times 3. When it is 1, 1 times 2, right? And we can just show one more time. If we get, for example, 4 times 5, that means that there's a pattern, right? Now we can just actually draw the conclusion, and that means that A100 should be equal to, what is it? 1 over 99. A100 times 1 over 100 times 101. How about A4? So A1, let me change the color.
So it's 10,100.
Yeah.
I mean,
A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. And here we have 4 squared times A4. So 15 A4 is equal to A1 is 1 over 2. A2 is 1 over 6. A3 is 1 over 12, which is equal to, it is 6 plus 2.
8 over 2.
Huh? 6
8
plus 2,
over
10. 10 plus 1, 11. Is it 11? And this one is 6, right? Multiplied by 6, so it is 12. And the 6 plus 2 plus 1. That's equal to 9 over 12. Or A4
3
is
over
equal to 3 times 3 over 3 times 5. That is 15. 12 is 3 times 4. So this 3, 3, 3, 3, they cancel each other. That's equal to 1 over 4 times 5. So now there's a pattern here. Then from here, then what is 100, right? So that's equal to 1 over 100 times 101, which is equal to 1 over 10100. Okay,
Okay.
good. All right, guys, let's just finish this. That much is enough, I think, for this. It is 2013 S3. Now let's say a few questions, okay? And the rest, I will just drop this in WhatsApp. If you have time, you need to practice. 9, it is also completed. Okay, so that was 2013. And now I hope Javid, Elder, Arat, Narmin, do we have anybody else? Maybe Hussein here. Okay. Now you got some idea about Sasmo questions, and I don't know for you how actually what do you think about this? And for me, I always enjoyed solving this kind of questions, even from my what is it when I was studying at high school, and also like you, I studied at international school, and I participated in math Olympia for 3 years, and I don't know. I always enjoy this kind of questions. Sometimes when I'm teaching at university, also to have some break. Actually, I ask this kind of questions because these are thought-provoking questions. You know, without thinking, you cannot solve this question. But what you are learning at school, most of the questions are standard questions, right? If you just know the rules, for example, quadratic equation, if you know the formula, you can solve this. And you're just using this fixed rules, not about, I'm talking about 100% of the question, but most of the questions are just solved if you know the method. But this Sasmo question, that's why it's prepared in such a way that students should practice how to think differently, how to approach questions from different angles or from different perspectives. It really improves actually your thinking skill. When you look at the problem, immediately you have one solution, but still somewhere you just think it, oh, there must be some different solution of this. Anyway, so here it is class 9. Today is 19th of February. It's the first day of this, and I hope in 1 or 2 classes we will finish this. Okay. So actually we have 25 questions, and time for this question is 100 minutes. If you have time, you need to practice. Let's just do maybe 2-3 questions, okay? And if you have time and we can have a look at this kind with ideas, in this way we can go much faster now. So now you have experience in solving this kind of questions. So in this question, Narmin, just tell me the idea. Do you remember how, actually, do you know how do we solve this kind of question? And what is the solution? What is X? What is Y?
If I'm not mistaken, we're writing negative x plus 7.
So X is equal to 7, right?
Yeah.
And Y is equal to, sorry, Y is equal to negative 8. That's the solution. Why? Because here we have absolute value, right? absolute value of something, it's always greater than or equal to 0. And also square root of something, positive number, always greater than or equal to 0. It cannot be equal to 0, or it cannot be negative number. It can be equal to 0, but it cannot be negative number. So if you just add two non-negative numbers and their sum is 0, it is the only case that both numbers must be 0. Otherwise, their sum is never equal to 0. That means that x minus 7 must be equal to 0, which means that x equals 0. Y plus 8 should be equal to 0, which means that y is equal to negative 8. Arrange 2 to the power of 18, 3 to the power of 12, and 4 to the power of 6. We have already done this, right? One more time, how can we do this? In ascending order means from the smallest to the biggest. Either we need to bring them into the same bases or into the same exponents, or the same powers. Here we have 18, 12, and 6. And what is the least common denominator, multiple of 18, 12, and 6? Or I can just write this one as, what is it? This 18, 2 to the power of 6, and here we have 3, or actually just the opposites. Here I need to write 3 and to the power of 6. Second number is 3 to the power, squared to the power of 6. And here we have 4 to the power of 6. 2 cubed, that is 8 to the power of 6. And this one is 9 to the power of 6. And 4 to the power of 6. So it says from smallest to the biggest. Which one is the smallest? Whose base is the smallest, right? 4 to the power of 6, smallest. Next one is 8 to the power of 6 and 9 to the power of 6. And of course, when you're writing this, we need to write the original number. 9 to the power of 6 means 3 to the power of 12 is the smallest one. 8, that is 2 to the power of 18, it is the second smallest one. And the last one is, what? Is it correct?
Teacher, you
And
should
4 to
write
the
it
power of 6.
opposite. It means the sign should be bigger, would be to the left.
No, what is the smallest here? 4. Okay, 4 to the power of 6. And next one is 2 to the power of 18. Next one is 3 to the power of 12, right? From the smallest to the biggest. Okay. And also we have already done this. Mersenne numbers are numbers of the form, right? And which is not prime. If you remember, it was 127. And 3 minus 1.999. It goes to infinity. That means that this number is 2. So the answer is 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. And it's about Fibonacci numbers. The Fibonacci numbers are 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, where each term after the second term is obtained by adding the previous two terms. How many of the first 2014 Fibonacci numbers are odd? And also we did this, right? Narmin, do you remember? Did we do this together or you were absent on that day?
I think we did it. I think I was not absent, but I don't remember how to do it.
How many of the first 2014 Fibonacci numbers are odd? Right? So it says the first 2014. Now, if you just want to look at these numbers, 1, it's 1, it is 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and this one is, what is it, 34. So this one is odd, this one is odd and even, odd, odd, even, odd, odd, even, right? So what is it here? We have 2 odd, 1 even, 2 odd, 1 even, 2 odd, 1 even, right? So that means if you just divide, actually this 2014, it's not, is it divisible by?
2030.
So it is 2014 is equal to 2012 plus 2. So this means that it is 3 times,
2013 plus 1.
13. 2013 plus 1. And this one is 26, 21, 7, 3, it is 1 plus 1, right? So every 3 numbers, right, 2 of them are odd. So that means that 671 times actually 2, right? And after that, it is odd, odd, even, odd, odd, even, right? And odd, odd, even. What is this? This is also odd, right? And also it is plus 1, which is equal to
1343.
1000.
343.
So we have 1343 of them are odd numbers. Okay. Okay, guys, I will just drop this in WhatsApp. Okay, if you have a time, have a look. If you have more time, try to practice some questions or solve them. And if you just come with ideas, we will go much faster. We have to solve actually 7, 8 papers quickly, at least in 3 or 4 months. And after that, we will see what happens next. But thank you very much. That much is enough for today. For your patience, Narmin, Arad, Eldar, Javin, Hussein. Have a nice weekend. Okay, I will see you. I will meet you next Tuesday. Okay.
Bye.
Arad, don't forget to send me a solution. Let me have a look. Okay. Bye bye.
Well,